Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be making several videos about Love Island All-Stars, or as I call it, Love Island Season 7 Reunion. I haven't watched that many seasons of Love Island, and I didn't see Season 7, so I hardly know any of these people, but I wanted to watch it and see what I think because I really love reality. I don't know if I'll be able to make a video every day because I might not have time because I've got work. I've already seen people making videos about this when it was announced, and they were talking about all the cast that were going to be on the show, and there was quite a lot of body shaming and talking about bad plastic surgery, fillers and muscles, and I'm not going to be body shaming because nobody's perfect, especially me. And as I mentioned, I've never seen a lot of these people, so when they were saying that I've matured, I've changed, I've got nothing to compare it to, so this is going to be first impressions, but I'm sure when I go into work people will be telling me what they got up to in their seasons. Another thing is, I'm definitely not going to fancy anybody in this show. I've been watching reality TV for decades and I've never fancied anybody, and not to mention the fact I'm 40 and they're all really young, so a lot of the time when the lassies are like flirting with the guys, I'm kind of like, I don't really get it. However, I love a bit of reality TV and I thought I would cover it anyway because it'll probably be a laugh. When I was watching their intro videos, I didn't really know Hannah, but I instantly thought, she is going to annoy me, and I was right. Every time somebody came in the house, she's like, oh my god, like pure running up. And I know that girls and women get excited and they run about and they do all this and they squeal and everything. And I understand that that's just a thing that we do, but it was just too much, right? And every time I seen her, she just annoyed the fuck out of me. But I mean, her bikini was absolutely stunning. While I was watching this, one of my friends came in and said, what is Anton doing on this? He's got a girlfriend. And my friend doesn't even watch Love Island, but they follow Anton on Instagram. And they said he literally had a girlfriend at Christmas. And I was like, no, he literally just says that he's had no luck with women since he left the house. And then they were showing me like the posts, like this was like by Anton, and they says, oh no, there was different pictures of them at Christmas. And they had been together since 2002. And then I was wondering why all of a sudden both of them got rid of all their pictures as if it never happened. And I was like, very suspicious. So then when we looked it up, there was like different articles saying that he finished there so that he could go back on Love Island. Which, let's be honest, it would be absolutely shit if he'd done that. But not only that, my friend was like, why is he wearing glasses? He doesn't even wear glasses. And I says, well, maybe you've not seen him wearing glasses on Instagram. Maybe he wears contact lenses. And they're like, no, he's just a fucking compulsive liar. And I actually did watch Anton's season, so I knew who he was. And I was thinking to myself, oh, I hope he's got more luck this time, because the last time nobody was into him until like the last couple of weeks. And it was a wee sin. But, I mean, if he has split up with his girlfriend just to go on this, then he's an absolute dick. It was time for the girls to stand next to the man that they fancied. And 3 of them stood next to Chris, right? I'm not saying anything about how he looks or anything, I just don't understand it. But the thing that was really getting me is that he was trying to be like a pure funny lad. Like, I know he doesn't want to be boring, right? And that's maybe just really his personality, and he's maybe just really comfortable on camera. But it's like he's trying to be quirky and like funny. And I didn't get it at all. And then later Demi was talking about how she wanted to stand next to him as well, but then she got embarrassed because he'd been in her DMs. But then when it came time for the public to choose, they paired them up together, and I was actually quite happy for her. Anton got somebody standing next to him, and I thought that's good, he hasn't been left out this time. And Mitch got somebody standing next to him as well. And I really liked Mitch in his season, and everybody in work was like, no, he's sleazy, he's a liar, like he'll just say anything. And obviously he's known as Messy Mitch, right? But in his season, he was my favourite person, and I was so glad to see him back. Toby didn't have anybody standing next to him, and to be honest, I wasn't surprised, because in his intro video, he came across as a lad, and if I seen somebody and I thought, oh my god, he's the most stunning guy I've ever seen in my life, I can't even think straight, and he started talking and he was being like a lad, I'd be like, pass. Jake also didn't have anybody stand next to him, and I didn't see his season, so I don't know if they're not standing next to him because of the way he was on there, or if they just didn't fancy him. Obviously, they were all wanting Chris for some reason. A few weeks ago, I started watching the most recent season of Love Island Australia, and I ended up switching it off because it's like the same thing. You know how like they go, oh yeah, or do you want to go for a chat? And it's like, oh, we're just vibing and all that. And I feel like a lot of these people watch Love Island and then they pick up what these people are saying on the show and then they start saying it. Because I know a lot of younger people, and well, people do say vibing and catching a vibe or you're a vibe or whatever, and that's fine. But the way they do it on Love Island, it's as if it's scripted and they're just constantly like trying to repeat what other people have done in other shows. And that is quite annoying, so I hope I make it to the end of this season. When they were finding out who the public decided to pair them up with, when it was getting down to the last couple, I thought, oh my god, Anton is actually going to get paired with Hannah. And see, when she said her name, I actually felt so bad for him. And he was like, oh, it's probably because like my usual type's blondes. And he had this look on his face, it was absolute, he was horrified. And I felt so bad for him. Like, out of everybody, like I would not want to be paired up with her at all. And he was standing there and he literally couldn't keep the look of disappointment, shock, horror off his face. It was such a sin. And then when we seen who was left, it was obvious that the public was going to pair together Jake and Liberty. Before they even started, you knew that that was going to happen. I'm not sure if Mitch and Kaz was like an afterthought by the public, because I don't remember her for her season at all. I don't know what she was like. I just thought it was just like, right, that's who's left, just put them together. Demi got paired up with Chris and I was really happy for her, but there was obviously some of the lasses were quite raging about it. In the end, they brought in two intruders, Callum and Molly from season 6, and Callum was getting to choose to steal a girl or go back with his ex, and I think from the looks that they were giving each other and the way she was rolling her eyes, I doubt he's going to be choosing her. Overall, not a bad first episode, but there was way too many people for season 7. No doubt by the end of this series they'll have every single person that's still single for season 7 in it. I don't know what was going on in season 7, but I've obviously missed something. Let me know in the comments, is there anybody you're glad to see back? Who would you like to see win? And who do you just want to go?